Hello again, folks. Welcome to number 16. Okay, in the beautiful yurt again, which is a wee bit like a sauna today. So fantastic. You can't complain. Such a beautiful sauna as well. So I'm going to start with the penultimate section of the short form. Next week's video will finish it. And then, as usual, we'll just look at the long form from where we left off last week, okay? So here we go with the short form. Okay, so I'm just going to look first at what's happening with the feet. Okay, the stance, we're doing a couple of steps here. So we started last week in this fan through back in the bow stance. So we're doing a turn, so the left foot coming around 80 degrees, sitting back and stepping in. Now when this foot goes out, what's going to happen, heel first, the foot is going to go out into the diagonal and we're going to pull that left foot round. So this foot 45 degrees out that way, this foot 45 degrees out that way. And from here, we're going to step on through and we're going to finish up in a bow stance again. Okay, so that's what we're going to stick with today. If you've done this in long form, there's a wee bit of variation here. So I'm going to do it from a couple of different angles, and I'm also going to do it coming towards you. So there's last week's position, the fan through back. Okay. Now as we turn, okay, the left foot coming around 80 degrees. This hand stays up. The left hand, this one starts coming down, and we sit into this empty type stance. This one becomes here, the right hand becomes a fist as we step in, and out the left hand comes down to the hip, and this one breaks out as we come forward. And then we're going to step up diagonally, turn the hips, this hand will reach out, and as we come forward then, we do this punch, where the left hand just at the inner right elbow. So that's called the parry step through and punch. So again, just looking at it from here. Okay, so as we do that turn, it's almost like you're holding the ball here, and then this hand makes a fist as we sit back. We step in and out, and then as we come forward, the left hand down towards the hip as the right one comes out. Not forgetting to pull that rear foot round diagonal. So the hips here become diagonal, diagonalizing a wee bit more as this hand reaches out, and then you're going to step out and forward into this position here. Okay, so I'm going to do that from another direction, so you're getting another perspective of it. So here's the fan through back move. Okay, so turn. Right into the diagonal over the right. Left hand down, and then step up, hips diagonal, and then finally punch. Okay, one more time from that direction, and then I'm going to do it coming towards you. So here. Okay, so there's a wee bit of work in that, whether you've done it before or not in long form, just translating it across and looking at the differences there, or whether you've just encountered it in short form. That's why I'm keeping it fairly short, this section anyhow. So if we look at it again then, just from another direction, actually I'll be coming towards you. Okay, so here's the fan through back from last week. Turn. Hold the ball. through, and this hand's turning to a punch, and this one forward, punch. So let me get a wee bit more centred, probably a wee bit skewed there for that. So from here, okay. So I'm going to do it another couple of times, just first time talking through it, working along this plane, both directions, and the second time just in silence. So from your fan through back, hand toe turn, this hand coming on out, this one, left one staying up, so if we're holding the ball but then making the fist, stepping out so the foot goes down diagonal, this one parries on out like this, draws in as we diagonalise the hips, this one reaches out, and then we come forward with the punch. So we'll do fan through back from here, there's the turn, so yes, I'll do it, I actually two directions talking through, two directions in silence. So here, holding the ball type position, fist, stepping out diagonally and making sure that that left foot pulls around with you to get the hips then into the diagonal, and then the punch. So in silence, from here, and then silence here. And then just a couple of times coming towards you. So I'm going to do it from the fan through back, so we're doing the turn. So during the turn, this hand coming out, this hand staying up, holding the ball as we sit back, making the fist, stepping in, out diagonally, and that's our position for parry. And then from there, step through and punch. Okay, I'll come into the centre for the last one. Okay, so look, that's the basics. We're looking at the basics here, so just looking at wee differences if you've been doing short and long form, and just looking, as I say, at the basics, which we'll build on if you're just concentrating on short form. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now, and then we'll have a look then at the long form, okay? Okay, so long form. So last week we had left off, we did the head of tiger left and right. So let's think about my angles here then, okay? So we did it from, if we do it from the direction we've been working in, then you know we did this sort of position here with the push. We hit a tiger left, and then we ended up in the position where we hit a tiger right. So we're in this sort of diagonal type bow stance, as I say, into the diagonal, the hands like this. So we're going to take it on through here into the end of part two, basically. So in this move here, what we're going to do, so I'm going to show you this rooting aspect just from a couple of different angles. What we're basically going to do is the left foot of the ground, we're going to turn the hips diagonal into this diagonal and sink into the right leg, and then we're going to bring the weight into the left, bring the hips round so both feet are diagonal. So it's a preparation for the step in for in part 3, the low posture of snake creeps down. So it's really to get you to root right down. And so if we sort of look at it from another angle here, so that's the position we ended up in last week. So if we think of that into this diagonal, so as you see what's going on. So we're bending the right knee, sitting into the right leg, and turning the left heel like that. And just going down as far as is comfortable there, and then bringing the weight across and squaring the hips. So this foot comes around with you. So let's just look at it from as I say, where we left it last week. The headed tiger, right position. So we're facing into the diagonal here. So as we do that we turn, rooting into the right leg, the hands open, the right one presses down and the left one wards off, and you're sitting into your right leg, and then the weight transfers across, the right hand comes up and the right foot pulls around with you. And then we separate, we sit back and we kick. Now what we're going to do is a turn into the diagonal, bringing the left foot around 90 degrees. These hands will come down either side of the knee. We'll step out into the diagonal, and then we do this double strike. Okay, boxing opponent's ears. Now we're going to do this turn, so the right foot comes around like this. This is a bit of a twist step, so the hips will go down relatively square, and then you'll separate, you'll straighten the right leg, and you'll kick with the heel, and then, I've seen my grooves there. You can pull a toe off doing this move. So here, left hand on the outside, right hand on the inside. We separate, sit back, kick with the heel, and then it's elbow towards the knee as this left hand goes over the shoulder. We step out diagonally, and as we come forward, like part 2, parry, push, step through, punch. Part 1. All out of part 1. The end of part 1, this wee separation. And because you're not getting any further, you do close up rather than apparent close up. So close up basically the way you did at the end of part 1 when you weren't getting any further. Separate, sit back, and straighten the legs. Finally, step back in. I did a bad thing. The boss told me I should be in the circle, so I'm back in the circle. Okay. So, just looking at that here, from this headed tiger right. I'll do that again because I had to do that on my heel. There was on one of them grooves. So we'll do that again from the kick. The spin is on the ball of the foot. Sit back. That wasn't very graceful either, but that's okay. Kick. And then you're basically back in part 1. Okay. Woo! As I say, it's a sauna in here. So I know that some of you haven't reached that point in part 2. Have a look at it anyhow. Yeah, there's more detail there to be put in. I'm just going through the basics. If you have covered it, then you sort of know what you're doing, but have a wee look at fine-tuning it. So we just do this in a different direction. So we're doing hit a tiger right over here, so coming towards the camera. Okay, so not the steadiest of spins there. It parts because of this floor. Well, I'm blaming the floor. Bob Workman blames his tools. I blame the floor. So how we go at that? Well, we'll probably start in the part 3 next week, even though probably half of you haven't covered it. But that's okay. It's good to just have a look at what's coming anyhow. The last section there, as you can see, quite a lot of empty stances in it, kicks, spins, you know. The lower stance stuff's quite important as well, sort of paying attention to that, you know, sort of whatever direction I'm doing it from, if I do it sort of from here, really making sure that you're sitting, that you're not sort of doing a double weighted type thing, really sitting into this leg here, just going down as low as is comfortable, and then obviously alleviating that by bringing the weight across. So just pay attention to stuff like that, something new, something a wee bit different from what you've did before, and as I say, it's preparing you for the snake creeps down stance in part 3. It's quite a low stance, which we've looked at in short form anyhow. So I hope all's well with everyone, and we'll leave it there for this week. And I'll see you for number 17 next week, and good luck. All the best.